crashed completely. Started feeling sick to the stomach. And they had to be carried into the washroom. After that, he didn't come. She called home repeatedly. Must have been while it was at future broadcast showing these. Oh, I felt so weak I couldn't keep on my feet. I had to sit down while they got me a glass of water. $50 tuition. All of our planning, hopes and ambitions for you. Just gone up the spout. What are you doing?
Oh.
Laura, where have you been going when you've been out pretending to be going to business college?
I've just been out walking.
That's not true.
It is. I just went walking.
Walking? Walking? In winter? Deliberately courting pneumonia? What light coat? In that light coat, where did you walk to, Laura?
All sorts of places, mostly in the park.
Even after you started catching that cold?
It was the lesser of two evils, Mother. I couldn't go back there. I threw up on the floor.
From 7:30 till after 5 every day, you mean to tell me that you walked around the park because you wanted to make me think that you were still going to Levy Kim's business college?
It wasn't as bad as it sounds. I went inside places to get warmed up.
Inside where?
I went in the art museum and the birdhouses at the zoo. I visited the penguins every day. Sometimes I did without lunch and went to the movies. Lately I've been spending most of my afternoons in the jewel box, that big glass house where they raise the tropical flowers.
You did all this to deceive me? Just for deception?
Why? Oh.
Why?
Mother, when you're disappointed, you get that awful suffering look on your face, like the picture of Jesus' mother in the museum.
Hush.
I couldn't face it.
So what are we going to do the rest of our lives? Stay home and watch the parades go by? Amuse ourselves in the glass menagerie, darling? Eternally play those worn-out phonograph records your father left us a painful reminder of him? We don't even have a business career. We've given that because it gave us nervous indigestion. What is there left of a dependency on all our lives? I know so well what becomes of unmarried women who aren't prepared to occupy a position. I've seen such pitiful cases in the South, barely tolerable spinsters, living upon the grudging patronage of sister's husband's brother's wife. I was stuck away in some little mousetrap of a room, encouraged by one in-law to visit another, like little bird-like women, without any nest, eating the crust of humility all their lives. Is that the future that we've mapped out for ourselves? I swear it is the only alternative I can think of. It isn't a very pleasant alternative, is it? Of course, some girls do marry. Haven't you ever liked a boy?
Yes, I liked one once. I came across his picture a while ago.
He gave you his picture?
No, it's in the yearbook.
Oh, a high school one.
Yes, his name was Jim. Here's the picture of him in the Pirates of Penzance.
What?
The operetta the senior class put on. He had a wonderful voice, and we sat across the aisle from each other Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the odd. Here's the silver cup for debating. See who won?
He must have been quite a jolly disposition.
He used to call me Blue Roses.
Why did he call you such a name?
When I had that attack of pleurosis, he asked me what was the matter when I came back. I said pleurosis. He thought I said blue roses. So that's what he always called me after that. Whenever he saw me, he'd holler, "Hello, Blue Roses." I didn't care for the girl he went out with, Emily Meisenbach. Emily was the best-dressed girl at Solden. She never struck me, though, as being sincere. It says in the personal section they're engaged. That's 6 years ago. They must be married by now.
Those that aren't cut out for business careers usually wind up married to some nice man. Sister, that's what we'll do.
But Mother,
Yes?
I'm crippled.
Nonsense, though. I told you. You never crippled. You never used that word. You're not crippled. You're just a little defect. Hardly noticeable, even. Why, some people have slight disadvantages like that to cultivate other things to make up for it. They develop charm and vivacity and charm. That's all you have to do. One thing your father had was plenty of, was charm.
Excellent. Scene 3!
Yeah!
Is Mark ready?
We are recording.
Uh-oh. The interior of the apartment is dark. There's a faint light in the alley. A deep-voiced bell in the church is tolling the hour of 5. Tom appears at the top of the alley. After each solemn boom of the bell in the tower, he shakes a little noisemaker or rattle as if to express the tiny spasm of man in contrast to the sustained power and dignity of the Almighty. This and the unsteadiness of his advance make it evident that he has been drinking. As he climbs the few steps up to the fire escape, landing light seals up inside. Laura appears in the front room in a nightdress. She notices that Tom's bed is empty. Tom fishes in his pocket with his door key, removing a motley assortment of articles in the search, including a shower of movie ticket stubs, and an empty bottle. At last he finds the key, but just as he is about to insert it, it slips from his fingers. He strikes a match and crouches over the door.
One crack and it falls through.
Tom, what are you doing?
Looking for a door key.
Where have you been all this time?
I've been to the movies.
All this time at the movies?
There was a very long program. There was a Garbo picture, and a Mickey Mouse, and a travelogue, and a newsreel, and a preview of coming attractions. Then there was an organ solo and a collection for the Milk Fund, simultaneously, which ended up in a terrible fight between a fat lady and an usher.
Did you have to stay through everything?
Of course, and oh, I forgot. There was a big stage show. The headliner of the stage show was Malvolio the Magician. He performed wonderful tricks, many of them such as pouring water back and forth between pitchers. First it turned to wine, then it turned to beer, then it turned to whiskey. I know it was whiskey it finally turned into, because he needed someone to come up out of the audience to help him, and I came up, both shows. It was Kentucky Straight Bourbon, a very generous fellow. He gave souvenirs. He gave me this. This is his magic scarf. You can have it, Laura. You wave it over a canary cage and you get a bowl of goldfish. You wave it over the goldfish bowl and they fly away canaries. But the wonderfulest trick of all was the coffin trick. We nailed him into a coffin and he got out of the coffin without removing one nail.
He has come inside.
There's a trick that would come in handy for me. Get me out of this 2x4 situation.
He flops onto the bed and starts removing his shoes.
Tom, shh.
What are you shushing me for?
You'll wake up Mother.
Goody, goody. Pay her back for all those rise and shines.
He lies down groaning.
You know it don't take much intelligence to get yourself into a nailed-up coffin, Laura. But who in the hell has ever got himself out of one without removing one nail?
As if in answer, the father's grinning photograph lights up. The scene dims out. Immediately following, the church bell is heard striking 6. At the 6th stroke, the alarm goes off in Amanda's room, and after a few moments, we hear her calling, "Rise and shine, rise and shine. Laura, go tell your brother to rise and shine."
I'll rise, but I won't shine.
Laura, tell your brother his coffee is ready.
Tom, it's nearly 7. Don't make Mother nervous. Tom, speak to Mother this morning. Make up with her. Apologize. Speak to her.
She won't to me. It's her that started not speaking.
If you just say you're sorry, she'll start speaking.
Her not speaking, is that such a tragedy?
Please, please.
Laura, are you going to do what I asked you to do, or do I have to get dressed and go out myself?
Going. Soon as I get on my coat. Butter and what else?
Just butter. Tell them to charge it.
Mother, they make such faces when I do that.
Sticks and stones can break our bones, but the expression in Mr. Garfinkel's face won't harm us. Tell your brother his coffee is getting cold.
Do what I asked you, will you? Will you, Tom?
Laura, go now or just don't go at all.
Going.
Laura!
If anyone breaks a leg on those fire escape steps, the landlord ought to be sued for every cent he possesses.
Okay. She shuts the door. Now she remembers she isn't speaking to Tom and returns to the other room. As Tom comes listlessly for his coffee, she turns her back to him and stands rigidly facing the window on the gloomy gray vault of the areaway. Its light on her face with its aged but childish features is cruelly sharp, satirical as a denier print. Tom glances sheepishly but sullenly at her averted figure and slumps at the table. The coffee is scalding hot. He sips it and gasps and spits it back in the cup. At his